Welcome back to Binge-Worthy, the show where the question is to binge or not to binge. If you're new to the show and you haven't subscribed and you like literally anything, because, we do it all, go subscribe right now, hit the little notification bell so that you get the notifications, and let's do business together.
And today we are reviewing the first season of 13 Reasons Why.
Let's do it. So we felt it appropriate to kick this episode off with a trigger warning. We are likely to talk about things that are particularly uneasing to people that might be affected by things like graphic suicide or rape or depression in general.
Anxiety.
Basically anything you can think of, because this show makes an attempt to get all of it. And just to note, it never does one of these. It might have a teensy one maybe in the beginning, I think. Maybe, I don't know. But in the episodes it really counts, nada. So for those keeping track out there, this is how you do one of those, even just like a little bit. Now, 13 Reasons Why is a show that kicks off with a girl having killed herself, I believe 2 weeks before the opening of the show. And what she has done is she has taken tape recorders, and she has made 13 tapes corresponding to 13 people, or, spoiler alert after this point, 12 people that caused her to kill herself. And she is having them one by one listen to all the tapes, and if they burn them, then Tony, her confidant, releases a copy of the tapes to the public for everyone to see. So none of them do that. They all watch the tapes and they send it on to the next person. The main character is the 11th person on the tapes. And basically we follow him as he reads the tapes and realizes everything that's going on. And since he's the sole good person-ish on the tapes, things get a little hairy when he reads them. Because he starts to fight back or whatever.
Yeah.
And then there's a murder plot and a lot of other crap. So, let's talk.
Well, I think before we discuss, regardless of what we say about this show, we do understand the weight of all of these serious topics. We do understand the weight of depression and suicide, and we do understand how tragic those things can be. So no matter what we actually do say about this show in particular, we are not, diminishing anything from those topics.
Yeah, and I'm aware that many people just, spoiler alert for not the show, but this episode of the Toasty show, we're gonna rip their show apart. But we recognize that some people actually have been helped by this show, which I do not discount at all. I mean, that's respectable. The show did its job for some people, and that's good, and I'm very happy to hear that. It also hurt some people.
Yes.
And that doesn't balance in my mind.
No.
So, if it helped people, then good for them. I'm happy for that. I don't want to take away from that. But it also hurts some people. And that's just...
It's not good.
Nope. So, sorry about that, but we're going to say some bad things about the show. We'll say some good things.
Yep.
But we're going to say a lot of bad things. So, general rating. What do you got so far? I'll let you think on that a second. I'm going to explain what I've done. So I watched the first episode of this show. And I told you about this in a previous episode. Me and Isaac made an estimation earlier, which I deemed to be wrong after watching subsequent episodes. So we estimated about a 1-to-1 ratio. I hated one thing for every minute of the show in the first episode. And I continue to do that. I actually counted out every time I was made angry for every episode of the show. It took a while, because the show took a while.
Took a long time.
That's the first thing. these episodes are unnecessarily long. I mean, like, it is absurd.
Yeah, it's a struggle.
I mean, I get the tapes are supposed to fit 1 hour each, but you don't really hear 1 hour of tape. I mean, I get that, like, you're seeing what the narration is telling you, but, like, still, like, it's a little... Anyways, so yeah, for the first episode, I, 1 for 1, this 54 times the episode pissed me off in 54 minutes. And we'll get into the rest of that later as we talk about our favorite episodes. Just foreshadowing. This is what that list looks like.
I think I'm going to go objectively as possible and say 5.
5?
5 out of 10. Because, like, there are some good moments.
Yes.
It's a good, I guess the acting is great. For what's there, the acting is great.
Yeah.
It's shot very well, looks very good. But then there's other things that piss me off, and it's stuff that just is not good about the show. So I'm gonna knock it. I'm gonna give it 5, and I could possibly put it lower, but I think objectively as I possibly can, I'm gonna give it a 5.
I'm gonna be a little objective on this. Not completely. I refuse to be completely objective on this. Because you know what? It's my we established in the beginning of this that these would be our personal ratings for the show.
Yeah.
So you know what? This is going to be a little personal. And I have some hang-ups on this show.
Yeah.
I've been pissed at this show for a long time. Never wanted to watch it. Now I have. Now I'm mad. But I do respect, like, it is a high-quality show in the sense that the camera is expensive. And the actors, for the most part, do a very good job.
Yeah.
But the content of the show
It's awful.
is horrible. It's downright terrible.
It's garbage.
I mean, first off, let's just... They're in high school.
Yeah.
Why do shows keep pretending that high schoolers are trying to murder everybody?
I don't know. I guess they are. Maybe it was in the wrong high school.
Maybe we went to the right high school. But, that's not right, because our high school is the most, our high school is world famous for being ridiculous.
Yeah. Why isn't our show on 13 Reasons Why?
Maybe one day it will be. Anyways. Yeah, so the content is ridiculous, and the show, again, hurt people. So I've got some hang-ups on that. So I'm going to be a little fair and say that there's some good direction in the show. Perhaps the writing is a little sloppy. I'm going to give it a 3.
I have to say, this is my least favorite show that I've ever seen in my life.
Same here.
And it probably will continue to be.
It will remain that for the rest of the time.
And if I ever think that anything is a 5, I will knock this down to
Yeah, we will.
3.
If we think anything is worse, we will retcon this and drop the points. Be looking out for that.
So 5 for me right now.
All right, so that's going to be a 4 overall. I think that's all right. I think that is wholly appropriate. Yeah. I think everybody can be happy with that.
At least us. There are some that love this show.
There are.
Yeah.
And you know what? Good on them. I hate it.
Yep. I think we should go light first.
Yes. Let's talk about the good parts of this show. For one, the acting.
Oh, yeah.
And Clay's character as a whole, Clay's character in specific points is really good. Like, Clay does some really good emotional acting. Like, when Clay, his depression hits him hard.
It's like, the show did say, everybody deals with their own thing.
Yeah.
Their own problems.
I mean, it really goes into that with Justin.
Yeah, and you see that in the show. It's everybody has their own issues.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, the acting was amazing.
The acting is good. The writing is garbage.
Yes.
The dialogue is so... Is that what they think we talk like?
I don't know. I was like, okay, I've been to high school. The stuff that happened in the hallways, and just... it was so bad.
Yeah, what's this, Bryce walking down the hallway, hey, wink.
I know, they get back
nice smirk to the side, nod, walk away with a posse of girls and jocks around.
Everybody's clapping because they had a good basketball game or whatever.
I'm like, what is this?
I was like, that didn't happen.
what is it? Zach scores like, what, 30 points or something in that one episode, which for a while was my my highest scored pissed off episode. I thought it was going to really take the cake because it was really stupid, to me at least. Nope, I was wrong. But we'll get to that.
Yeah, it's like, but yeah, the acting was great.
There were a few weak points on acting,
yeah.
but I'm not going to nitpick that. The acting was pretty good.
I think where acting struggled was just the character that they were given.
Yeah.
Like the dialogue and everything that they were given.
Like my thing is like Tony in the beginning. Dude, I hated Tony in the beginning.
I like my boy Tony.
Every time I saw Tony in the beginning of the show, I was like, that's a tick. I'm like, what is this guy? I swear, in the beginning of this show, they were like, let's make this guy some kind of, like a symbol for like God or whatever. And he's passing judgment on all these people, and he's like omnipresent and
he's literally, he shows up everywhere.
Yeah, and he knows everything. But then like later in the show, they were like, you know what? Let's make him a human being. And like now he's gay, but that's not really a whole facet of his character.
I know.
He's struggling with the Hannah thing. He's one of the reasons that she committed suicide in a way. Like
in a way.
He was the final person really that failed to save her.
Yeah.
He doesn't know if he's doing the right thing in the end of the show. And eventually he figures out that he was wrong all along to be following Hannah's plan.
Yeah.
But, so in the beginning Tony was my least favorite character, aside from Justin. I think a lot of the characters improved as the show went on.
Yeah.
But specifically Tony and Justin, I think. This show is like, hey, let's have a strong message about suicide. And in the process, let's cover every possible social issue we can even touch. I can't tell you how many of the ticks on this page are about them just doing like a one-liner on some popular social issue that's going on right now. I was like, dude, you don't need to cover that. You're already doing suicide for 13 hours.
I don't know why they chose that direction.
Just pick a lane.
So any more good things? I guess we could talk about favorite character since we're talking about good things.
Yeah. I mean, Clay was really good, but like his whole like what is it like hallucination problem, dude? That was so.
That pissed me off.
Because that's what I hated about Seven so much. He was having all these hallucinations where he's like punching people in the face. And I'm like, dude.
It happens so much.
And you know what the worst part about it is? It's like Zach didn't even do anything that bad.
Mm.
Like Zach basically was lonely himself and like just got mad at her and basically made her a little bit lonelier. Yeah. As opposed to some of the things the other people were doing. Like that's what Clay gets pissed off about. That's what he's having hallucinations about, like
that's why
having an outburst about. That's why he keys an Audi. Like,
yeah.
Are you serious?
Why didn't you key Justin's or Marcus?
Yeah, like Justin's the one that started her her path to suicide.
Yeah.
I mean, it was Bryce really, but
yeah, the hallucinations just like it happened so much. I was like, stop. We don't need this. But, okay. Favorite character? All season.
The whole season. I don't know. I'm, like, low-key, actually, might surprise you, leaning towards Alex.
He's got... Because he's one of those others that didn't really... I mean, I guess you could say he did something really bad, but, like, at the same time...
Like he
didn't.
Like he did not do anything.
And then he really felt sorry for it.
Yeah, like he was distraught. Yeah. Like he was completely broken about it, and he didn't care about the other group.
Nope.
Like I mean, Clay was going on like a vengeance quest.
Oh.
But like Alex was like, you guys are ridiculous. Like this girl is dead, and you guys are still up in all of your drama right now. Like he was done with it, and you know he's a good dude.
Yeah, deep down he is good. He's like. This is wrong. Like, we killed her. Like, he really felt bad about it.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go. See, when Jeff was in there.
Yeah, Jeff.
Jeff
really
was a
like
Jeff.
Good guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a little stupid.
Yeah, But like they all have their stupid moments.
Yeah.
Literally every single character. I think I'm gonna have to go Tony. I really like Tony. It's just like
I hated Tony too much in the beginning.
this is because he popped up everywhere.
It's like in the back half of episode 8, Tony went through like a character arc or whatever and turned into a human being, like came down to earth.
Yeah.
But before that, which by definition is the majority of the show, I hated him.
I guess maybe that's because. Do you think that's because he wasn't in it a lot in the beginning? Because like he showed up. No, I mean no.
What?
No, wait. I mean like he showed up whenever Clay was like doing anything, but like we never really got to sit down and like.
The show's about Clay. He's always doing something.
I mean,
every scene he's like driving by in a car, inexplicably that he's there.
Yeah.
He's like driving by in a car and he's got like his forehead scrunched up and he's like, "What's up, Clay?"
But that's all we
You're
get
like-
to see. That's all we get to see of him.
That's what I'm saying. It's like
So-
he was just this cryptic character for no reason. Like again, he's a high schooler.
Yeah.
What is this kid? Anyways.
Hey, he's smooth.
Anyways, so I think we've actually touched on a lot of the stuff we didn't like. I like Sherry.
Yeah.
Like I thought I really sympathized with Sherry a little bit. I'm not saying that like she did the right thing or anything.
No.
She wasn't guilty at all, but like I don't know. Like Sherry was good too. Like her, Alex, Clay. What was your favorite episode? Tell me that.
Favorite episode is 8.
8?
Yeah. I think mainly because like not a lot happened in it. It was basically him and Clay. I mean Tony and Clay. They go up. They climb that rock, and basically Tony is just like, "Hey, I was with, or I saw, like, you know, I saw Hannah's body or whatever at that night." And that was pretty much like that was just the episode. And I was like,
Yeah.
I'm like not pissed off right now. I'm
8.
like, this is somewhat tolerable.
8 is a really good one. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna have to narrow my list down. I'm gonna eliminate the last 3. Cause
It was like, because like I was, for the first time watching the show, I was like, I'm not pissed off.
what was 9?
Hold up. 9.
Is that Alex or no? Alex was in the beginning.
Yeah, that was when Jessica got raped.
Oh, so that was just in part 2.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was
Yeah. All
just
right.
in
So
part
we were
2.
right about that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with 8. Like by default, I'm gonna have to go with 8.
Yeah.
So we don't even have to have an episode where we decide the best episode of the series. Well, between season 2 and season 1. So
Yeah.
we'll get there eventually. Don't make us watch season 2. Not for another month or so. Like just give us
maybe a year.
give us some time. Like
We have to recover.
we'll do it before season 3 comes out.
Yeah.
And we'll hit season 3 as quick as we can.
So
But yeah, so episode 8 is the best.
least favorite.
Let's go through the list, shall we? Episode 1, 54. That's not quite going to cut it. Episode 2, 49 in 51 minutes. That's a pretty high ratio, but still lower than episode 1. Let's move on. Episode 3, 57 in 57 minutes. That's a 1-to-1 ratio. It's probably worse than episode 1. I don't know. Episode 1 was pretty bad. Moving on. Episode 4, 53. So we're running in a very particular range here. Episode 5, 55. No, that's about average.
Yeah.
Episode 6, that's 38.
It's low.
Just because it was super boring. Probably. I mean, I had some big flaws there. Episode 7, 69. Now, when I watched that episode, I thought, hey, this might just take the cake. I really hope it does, because I don't want to watch anything worse than this. So we take a break for a bit. We're going to kick it back down. Episode 8, 51. That's like low.
Yeah.
1-to-1.
It's average.
Episode 9, 54. Still in the average range. Episode 10, 55. Still in the average range. Episode 11. This is Clay's tape. This is probably the quintessential, like, the peak point of the show.
Yeah. Goes up.
63.
And I want to talk about that episode.
Yeah, but we'll get to that. Not quite as high as episode 7. But still, up there. And it's supposed to be a really good episode, but it's not. Now, here we go into the heavy hitters. The final 2 episodes of the series, where they really get into the nitty-gritty, if you will. Or even just the gritty. Episode 12 came in at a big ol' hefty, beating the other one by 9, 78.
That's a lot.
And a lot of that came from the rape scene with Jessica, or no, that was the rape scene with Hannah. Because when that started happening, I was like, tick, 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 tick. But that is completely overshadowed in comparison with the final episode of the series, in which it shows a girl slit her wrists.
Literally, boom.
It really does.
Literally shows suicide.
It shows blood squirting out. It shows the entire process, does not take the camera off of her, just keeps on watching her bleed to death, and her screaming while she's slitting her wrists in a bathtub. And then it watches as her mom comes in and holds her and immediately goes into hysterics, and the dad comes in and is crying. It is just completely unwarranted. It is absolutely horrible.
Yeah.
Do not watch it. Came in at a whopping 144. Now, to remind you guys, that is a tick for every individual time I thought, hey, this is really pissing me off right now. This episode wasn't too much longer than the others. Comes in about an hour, I do believe.
Yeah.
144. That's over 2 times per minute. Well over 2 times per minute. Whew! I mean, you can actually, because I actually got disgusted at that scene during this episode. I don't do the whole cutting and suicide. I don't deal with that very well. So you can actually see right here, my hand started to waver as I watched that and did the tick marks. I was like, like I was getting a little foggy there, but it's whatever. So yeah, least favorite episode is easily the last one, because the stupid producers or directors or whoever that signed off on this at 13 Reasons Why decided to show a girl committing suicide on camera without giving a trigger warning first.
Yeah. I mean, it showed the little, like,
2,
hey, this is graphic warning, whatever, and then it,
yeah.
But it wasn't like, it was quick.
That's like blink and you miss it. Not to mention, like, that wouldn't be that bad in, like, a show like Dexter or some other Spartacus or some other show, Game of Thrones. This show is not targeted specifically, but for the most part it's kind of targeted towards people that suffer from this kind of thing. And generally towards our age group,
Yeah.
which have a big problem with suffering from this kind of thing. And they didn't warn anyone.
I guess it was to bring, I don't know. It is a heavy scene, though. It's like, it is very, it's heavy.
It's horrible.
And it's like, if you're dealing with that kind of thing and you see that, it's like,
It drives some people to do it.
yeah. And it's like, we have actual evidence of, like, suicides from this. But yeah, it was a heavy. I don't know if that's my least favorite, though. It's up there because of that.
I mean, dude, season 12 is, or episode 12 is close. The rape thing,
Yeah.
I wasn't having that.
That was bad. That was, yeah. But I don't know. Something about episode 6, the Dollar Valentine stuff. I swear I hated every single second of that episode. And I don't want to. Obviously, the rape and killing, all of that's bad. I hate it. I hate Bryce and all of that. But that episode, the Dollar Valentines, she's like,
I thought Justin was gonna shoot Bryce.
I did too.
I thought he, like, when
He
I
had
saw him,
that
like,
gun.
reach down into his bag or whatever, like, I thought he was gonna be like, yeah, we'll see. Boo! And I was like, woo! I would have been like, hey, that's good.
He should have. Instead of trying to kill Clay. But yeah, like,
One of the biggest things the show suffers from overall is it's unrealistic. It's completely, and it's supposed to be realistic, but it's completely unrealistic
yes.
to what we are like.
Like, and we can say that because we just got out of high school. But
Yeah,
like,
like, we've been there. We've been in a high school that suffers from crap like that. We've been in that place.
Literally. We could go on about the stuff that's happened.
We'll tell you one day about all the crap that's happened at our high school. But, God.
Back to the dog Valentine. That's I have to say, that's my least favorite.
The show drains me, dude. Like, I'm exhausted. Not like emotionally or whatever. Just like, this show physically exhausted me because I was so pissed off at it. Dude, I was like, okay, look, if Clay's crime is not paying attention to her enough or like never being brave enough to ask her out or whatever, I was actually going to stop watching the show at that point. It wasn't.
Yeah. But it was
like still like almost just as bad.
Like I give her props, I give her credit for like, you know, saying, "Hey Clay, you're a good guy, you're better than the rest." I was kind of just stupid for not.
That almost made me madder though. She's like, "Oh yeah, Clay, you're like not actually one of the 13 reasons why." Even though my guy, he's like, "Did I kill her?" And Tony's like, "Yeah." And then Hannah immediately goes,
No. I told you, what are you doing? But yeah, it's like, and then, okay, she was like, "I wish you would have, like, stayed or whatever." I'm like, you told the man to leave.
I think with Tony, though, it was really sad, though, in episode 8. Like, he's, like, looking down on her. It's just that one day. Like, any other day, he would have been there and been ready to hear all of the stuff that was going on with her. But that one day, he just
didn't.
He just wasn't having it. Like, he just didn't have the emotional mindset for it or whatever. And that's the day she decided to kill herself. That sucks.
Yeah. It's just like, girl.
Does Tony ever sleep?
I don't know, man. Dude's
I don't think he gets a wink throughout the entire season.
Dude is following Clay around and everybody else that has the tapes.
Yeah. He's going on dates. He's like...
My man is a host. He's going to high school.
He's helping out Hannah's parents. Yeah. Like, dude, never sleep. I'm telling you, he's God. We're going to find out in season 3. He's going to disappear a la God in Supernatural, and we're going to be like, oh, he was God the entire time. If it's helped you, that's good. But it has hurt people. And it is extremely unpleasant to watch. It is unrealistic,
yes.
Boring, generally absurd, way too long. And it's terrible. Like, it's just terrible.
Mm-hmm.
It's so bad. It looks good.
It does. And the music is like, okay. I like the music. No, actually, I just like that one little...
You just like the one slow song.
Yeah. I don't even like the whole song. I just like the very beginning.
Yeah.
I swear. But yeah, it's like, hey, if you guys disagree with this, which I'm sure...
Yeah. Start some controversy in the comments.
Yeah. It's like, their opinions, and tell us.
Know, if you're going to swing back at us, do it respectfully.
Yeah.
We'll have a respectful conversation with you about this show. We'll tell you all of our specific gripes. And you know what? We'll accept your comments if they really change our minds about the show.
Yeah, I mean, it's opinion. So it's like, we welcome all comments about it.
We would love to open a discussion about this show, because there is a lot to discuss there, and it does cover some very heavy social issues. So feel free to talk about it if you're into that show. If you like the video, or if you agree with us, or if you disagree with us, or anything, drop a comment, like the video, subscribe, because we're bound to cover season 2 and many more controversial and good, bad, everything in the future. We do everything, and if you like anything, you should be subscribing right now. Stay toasty.